that there's just going to be about 50 or 100 because some of them have migrated to the southwest or southeast. What's going to happen to the remaining 400 or 450?
But we've had, this thing is not rocket science. As we speak now, even before the creation of polling units, there's no time that ballot papers that you take to polling units get exhausted. We have a procedure. So what happened to you cancel them. It's part of our regulation. Those ballot papers in the presence of everybody is cancelled. And for every elections we conduct, you can check. We have those cancelled ballot papers in our records, in our store. Then we count the ones, that's why those that are for people that are around the polling unit, we count those that have been cast. And as a matter of fact, in 2015, that we are using this voter card readers, the card readers give another check because it takes record of how many people have been accredited and authenticated. So if this polling units, even hypothetically speaking, you expect 500 people there, and at the end of the day, only 100 people come to accredit, and the record is taken mechanically now, not by human factor, mechanically. At the end of the day, you will have to check the number of materials used against the number of people that have been accredited. Nobody will be, no official will be foolhardy enough to accredit 100 people and dispense 300 papers. How will he account for it?
Mr. Jawusi, with what he has explained
how will he account for it?
Are you going to buy into this new polling unit?
I find it difficult. You know, INEC has tried. Even he just raised an issue now. The issue of card readers is a very wonderful idea. It helps a lot. But the question I'm going to ask is, we're talking of getting, amenable to international best practices. I don't see, this is a very fundamental policy decision. It's important to the electoral processes in Nigeria, creating new polling units. I think INEC should give this thing enough time for it to sink into people because of the issue, all the issues now rising from it. Ordinarily, a year or more than a year before an election, that's when you bring in such things. You don't bring it in 5 months to an election. Mark what I'm saying today. Nigerians are very sensitive. Whether we like it or not, we have to listen to the vibes that goes when it talks in terms of the North-South dichotomy in quotes. We should be careful when we are now looking at the outcome of the election. When you bring in things that begin to raise issues of maybe there is lopsidedness, I think INEC should avoid controversy. They have an alternative. He just mentioned something about voting points. You created the voting points initially to avoid maybe overcrowding, congestion, everything. You're also telling us that you are creating the voting units, the polling units now to also avoid congestion. That means there's an existing program that can avoid congestion when you're going to vote in 2015. So if you have that on ground, do not bring something that's going to create more problem for you. Okay. Why not use the existing system that you have on the ground?
There's something else, and he even mentioned it. I think it was I talk about coding. And like I said, they had done well. Now, I am registered. I have my coded voter's card for a particular unit. Now you create new units, and I move. So what happens to me and my
nothing. Let me quickly address that.
Right now,
nothing.
If there was one unit that has, however, let's say 8000. Now, out of that one unit, now create others, like 2 more. Where will all of us who are supposed to vote in that 8000? Now, what happens to the other 2 units? Okay. Are they going to recode us, or somebody will start directing us?
Let me quickly, because I think you mentioned it. You see, nothing, again, I think this is being agitated over things that we shouldn't bother about. INEC's system has asserted and confirmed that nothing changes with your voter card. Don't bother your head about that. The same voter card that you are not going to be thrown from a voter card, polling unit that you are here. You are not going to be thrown to Agege. That's not going to happen. you are still going to be in the same neighborhood. Nothing changes as far as you are concerned. This is a purely administrative convenience for INEC.
Okay, if I get his question right, if I get what he said right, that you voted, for instance, at the polling unit 008.
Yeah.
Now you have more polling units. How does he know where is to go?
No, you see, that's the point. The register, a polling unit are assigned, the voter register is assigned to polling units. Even with the voting point structures that we have now, what we do is that if we have 3,000 at the polling unit, you could say A and B stay at this point, C and D go to this point, down the line. So if you are K, you have no business coming to the point at A. You just go to even though it's within the same polling unit. Now, if you come to A, you won't find your name in that because you have already disaggregated the register. The register will be disaggregated. You will find your name where your polling unit is. The issue of what is your VIN number and all that, INEC ICT people have confirmed that nothing changes in that. And that's why I say it's administrative
Question.
Nigerian politicians, this is subject to serious manipulation.
May I ask a question? Because it seems as if we are glossing over this issue of controversy related to this.
What is your concern?
You know what I'm saying is,
yes.
I mean, like Leadership newspaper 3 days ago quoted, and I'm going to say, an APC member in Niger State, one of the top leaders of APC, raised the issue of the new polling unit that was created in Niger East local government area. He said it was a plot, and I'm quoting, to rig out David Umaru of APC in Niger East. That is just one section of Nigeria.
How?
The idea was that creating new units creates a lot of problem for them. Because why I'm raising that, already politicians are having, you know, the goal of 2015 is for us to have a credible, unchallenged, that everybody will accept and will not create the kind of problem. You know what we've been facing when it comes to accepting election results in Nigeria? If there is any little, no matter how little, any little issue that can lead to such controversy, when it is just 5 months to the election, I think we should avoid it. When there are things on the ground, why are we hurrying to create this meeting? What is INEC trying to achieve by bringing this? Is it, I mean, I will just mention of international best practices. Is it very, very necessary? Is it going to create any harm to INEC whatsoever when there are already, I mean, alternatives, voting points and all those things?
Yeah. I know
this kind of controversy, should it not be avoided?
I know, okay, I would guess that INEC has the political parties in on this. What vibes are you getting from them?
You see, we meet with political parties on a quarterly meeting, on a quarterly basis. It's an institutionalized meeting. And clearly, everything that the commission does is brought to the table for them to even make an input. So this is not new to anybody. But let me quickly show the fallacy of this whole agitation. Somebody is afraid that a polling unit has been created anywhere. I'm telling you categorically, no polling unit has been created. Somebody is already talking of a polling unit is going to do. INEC says it is going to create. And the way it has done is just to say, okay, we have estimated that this is our voter population. And we divided by 500. And having divided by 500, we have come to the conclusion that this is the polling unit population that we needed. No structure, no single structure, and somebody is already agitated. That I have already, is already agitated.
I'm quoting what
you just chose the
like the feelers that you have. INEC is doing this for the people, for Nigeria, for the future of Nigeria, and for the issue of credibility. What I'm saying is, if people have started having this kind of insinuation at this point, 5 months to the election, shouldn't we just avoid anything that's going to? I mean, it's not.
Sorry, excuse me, gentlemen.
There's some areas even have fewer like 200, for instance. Meanwhile, after you have done your other allocations, because it's allocation that they're doing, You now decided to give flat rate on 121 polling.
Sorry,
new polling
can
days
you
to people.
clarify
Why
that?
would you do that?